Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some bad financial decisions together. This is for entertainment purposes only, so if you're entertained, please like and subscribe. So, yesterday I wound up, well, I can't roll a position in my retirement account, but I closed my MSTR put by buying it back, and then I sold, and I also bought back my MSTU that I had, and then I sold a put for a higher strike price on MSTR. And the reason for that is I did the math and I could have put out 16 contracts on MSTY at $23 or 17 contracts at $22.50. But if I had done a combination of those two, I was getting the same premium just doing MSTR again. So once that was over with, I decided, hey, maybe it would be fun if we had like an MSTR Monday that posts on Tuesday that just looks at the holdings of MST and MSTY so we can decide what we're rooting for this week as far as cover culture. So, and like, how do I compare? So, if you look at the last 5 days, MST has not actually. Let's add MST, just straight up MST, and then MSTR, and I guess we can add. Is there BTC? Yeah. Okay. Oh, that is a weird looking chart. So we would expect all of these to, let's get rid of BTC. And then, oh, you know what? I think I just, sorry, STR. This one. Weird. Okay, so MSTY and MSTR are tracking, but iMist is up here. And MST. Oh, that's what happened. Okay, so I guess Google Finance does not have MST yet. That was weird. Okay, sorry. And then, so in the 5 day, MicroStrategy's up here. Yield Max is doing the worst, and iMist is kind of flat. Which, if that's what you're looking for, that's good. I don't think iMist has actually been out for a month, but Mister's up here and Yield Max kind of is doing worse. Anyways, MST has 3 calls going for it. So they have a long call, which is they're using a bear call spread, basically. It's the 325 paired with the 425, this cover call and this long call. Sorry, this long call and this cover call. It's not really a cover call, but the short call is a bear spread. And then this is how they're managing their 2x position or getting into a 2x position or 130%. Anyways, it's probably 150% at the time. So we're hoping for MST that the price of Mr. is between $325 and $432 on Friday. For myself, I put out a strike at $387.50. So we're hoping that it just stays above $387.51. And then MSTY decided that they wanted to have all the call spreads, and I wasn't going to spend the time looking through this. It's kind of a lot. So I asked ChatGPT, and hopefully they're correct. But the long and the short of it is MSTY wants us to stay below $417.50. And if it's between $455 and $475, it's bad. But at $475, there's a partial hedge. So, it's going to be fine because we have all the way up until it goes to $455 before we lose all the money. And I don't think it's going to go up that high this week, but you never know. That's why this is betting. So I think it's safe to say that Bitcoin will probably stay between, $325, but I would like it to stay above $390, and then between, let's say, like $430. And if it goes above that, then we have to start paying attention this week. Someone mentioned that if you click on the PDFs on the Defiance website, they actually do have the MST distribution schedule. So this is going to pay like XDTE pays, where it's the premiums they got from 2 weeks prior. But I don't normally click on PDFs from things when I don't need to have the attachment from strange websites, because that's how you get viruses on your computer. So I would really rather not. And look, MSTX actually has the monthly distribution if they're going to have it. MSTX does not usually pay. If they're going to pay, I would assume that they would do it on this distribution. It's just that they're not really geared towards being a high-income ETF. They just happened to pay 10% last year because of extenuating circumstances. So we'll just have to see if MSTX does pay another dividend this year. And people won't feel as betrayed because they paid one last year. But MST is leveraged, and it should pay dividends. So, or like good dividends. We'll see if MST is better than me doing my own cover calls on MSTU. Doing the inverse, those cover calls are pretty hard because there's not a lot of volume in them. So it was like, if you have them just quarterly, you have to keep like changing your price lower and lower to get that 100% premium. So it was a losing battle. And then MSTU, if Bitcoin loses, or like MSTR loses 30% of its value, then MSTU could be pretty much dead in the water. So one of the reasons for actually doing cash secured puts on MSTR in order to get into that, to do cover calls, is because in a down market, the synthetics makes YieldMax's strategy really expensive to do. And so it's kind of hedging the managers at YieldMax doing my own. But I don't have $38,000 in my taxable brokerage account that I can set aside for just doing MSTR calls. And that would be like 90% of my portfolio. So, and I would do leaps, which would be about $16,000, and then selling calls with using the leaps as the collateral. But you can't do that in a retirement account. It's very restricted what you can do with options. But I thought it would be interesting to do this. Let me know if you want me to look at the holdings in the future, and I can tell you what the range that we're hoping for. Anyways, for Financial Philharmonics, I have Just Being Honest, because I was looking at my Robinhood app the other day and it was green, and I was like, wow, I really prefer green over red. And it's just a stupid sentiment, but also like, they tell you not to be emotional with the stock market, and don't be afraid, it's fine, be robotic. But it's okay to feel. It's okay to feel as long as you don't act on it. But I do appreciate green days over, red days. And then for Yield Might, today is Tuesday, so tonight we'll be getting those Robinhood announcements, and then the yield max for 5e in the morning. So if you had $1,000 to invest right now, this distribution would have, for LFGI, would have been $20.38, and that translates to $88.32 monthly, or $1,000 annually. And you can keep going down the list, and these are just, they're grouped by when they pay, because that's what I care about. Like, I want to get paid every week or every day or every month or whatever it is, but every week I'd like to get around the same amount of money. It's not working out like that right now because I'm building up all my positions and paying debt and stuff, but that's what we have going for us. So for example, Yeeth is paying later in the month, and in the latest distribution, since it pays monthly, you would get $42.81 per month, but we've normalized this, so that translates to $9.88 weekly and $513.00 annually. So I hope that you all have a good day. This is supposedly the last day that the lambs are in this pasture, and then they're going to get weaned, and we will find them their new homes. So I will talk to you all later. Bye.